And as Secretary General Rasmussen said this morning, bold words from capitals are crucially important. But of course, we all know bold words from capitals are not enough. They have to be followed up by actual actions in the field. And often between the bold words and the actions, there can be a disconnect. And I heard a great story today from a Swedish delegate to this conference. And her group made a handbook, a very practical handbook that tries to address the gap between the theory and the practice. And it's a handbook for how to deal with gender issues in the field. And she told a story about how they had a landmine team, a Swedish team helping remove landmines. And they sat down with a group of leaders and asked them what they should prioritize. What pieces of land should they clear first? And person over here said, well, we should do the agricultural section. And then someone else argued with him and said, no, we should do this industrial area. They were both men. In fact, the whole group that they originally got together were all men. And they were arguing with each other about where. And then they asked women. And the women they asked had a very different answer. It wasn't agriculture and it wasn't industry, it was the path to school. Then they went back to the men and said, well, the path to school. And you can imagine what they said. Yep, do that. So that's a kind of a great story about if you broaden the discussion, you involve more voices, you'll get to a better answer. I think as it relates to global security and the three pillars of it, development, defense, and diplomacy, all three of those are stronger and better when we involve both genders. And so my call to action is to keep spreading the good stories that I heard and learned today, to keep coming up with innovative ideas.